Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about something Disney related. Of course. In one way or another, of course. So for this video, I figure I'll do something that's princess related since I've been doing quite a few of these type of videos as of late anyway. So why not? Let's do another one, I guess. When it comes to families, of course, there's a variety of different type of families and whatnot, but the more popular term is the nuclear family, which is basically as what you might expect. It's a group of family consisting of two parents, their kids, sometimes one or more, usually a little girl and then little boy, and it's like a white picket fence kind of a thing going on. Typically centered around a married couple which may have any number of children. Of course, there are differences in definition among, observers and whatnot, but yeah, usually allow only biological children that are full-blooded siblings and considered adopted, or half or maybe step siblings as a part of a immediate family, but others will, of course, allow maybe like a step parent or any mix of dependent children, including stepchildren and adopted children, I guess you can say. So I guess the definition may vary here and there. Could a goth princess work in a animated movie or live action? Yeah, it can. And if we can go for animation, I'd say for the hand-drawn stuff, since we haven't done that kind of a thing in quite a while. But yeah. But anyway, point being, this could work if done properly, I guess you can say. And no, she doesn't have to be all depressed. And oh, society's pressuring me, man. She can be happy. You don't have to fit up the stereotype or anything. No, it's just think about that. And no, this is not a jab towards the old princess movies by any means. I'm not trying to say those movies are bad or anything. No, it's not that. I'm just getting tired of Disney, along with other studios, of course, just remaking old movies just to make it more modern. That's stupid. There's plenty of material here out there to get inspired by. And also, this doesn't necessarily have to be based upon an existing works that has been around for hundreds of years, so you don't have to do that either. What I'm getting at, this can be a 100% original character. It doesn't have to be based on a game, comic, TV show, or anything else. It doesn't have to be based on no TV shows or anything like that, like I was saying a moment ago. So yeah, this could be something, in the lines of, traditional princess thing, but with a twist, I guess you can say. That can still exist. So I just want to do this short little video discussing this. And yes, I do believe it can work, if done properly, of course. The goth is a subculture that's been around for quite some time. And yes, I realized that it was popularized during the 1980s, but it was been around quite some time sooner than that. Anyway, as I was saying, the popularity for this subculture had began during the early 1980s in the United Kingdom. So yes, it was developed by fans of goth rock, and it's kind of like an offshoot of post-punk music genre. So yeah, of course, it's going to have a variety of genres, fashion, and whatnot. I mean, stereotypically, yes, there's the whole all black lipstick, and so on and so forth, the pale white skin and whatnot. But you could vary too. You can make it more colorful into some respect. It doesn't have to be exactly super bright, like lots of yellow, lots of green. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that per se, really. You can mix it up. Maybe some dark green, maybe a bit of purple here and there, maybe baby blue. You can mix it up a little bit and still give off the overall look. You still can do it. And of course, there's steampunk, of course. You can throw it into the mix as well. And yes, steampunk is different, of course. I know a lot of people want to mix it up with stereotypical, depressed individual. You're going to avoid that. I mean, yes, it's not the whole nuclear family kind of a thing, like was mentioned way earlier in the video. I mean, you can still have a family, I guess, like a royal family. Maybe it can be a royal goth family. Yes, goth families actually do exist. That is actually a thing. Goth families are actually a thing. So you can take that and put them in a high ranking government kind of a thing. Kind of like what some of these movies did, especially Frozen 1 and 2 have a monarchy kind of a thing, but with Goth people, I guess. So you have Goth King and Queen kind of a thing and whatnot. So there's actually a lot you can actually do with this. A plenty kind of a thing you can actually do with this, folks. It's been around for quite some time. The imagery and cultural influence can be go all the way back in the 19th century. And yes, there's been, literature and horror films based on this kind of a thing. And yes, this scene can be centered around, music festivals, nightclubs, social gatherings, especially in Western Europe. So there's a whole cultural kind of a thing going on there. So you can have some influence in that kind of place as well. And yes, of course, in fashion, as I was saying. So we come to musical styles as post-punk, death rock, gothic rock, cold wave, dark wave, so on and so forth. There's also a sense of romantic fashion and thrown into the mix as well. So yeah, even of course this kind of stuff can be thrown in, of course, in this kind of a thing. And yes, it does have its own identity, of course. And a lot of people may believe that, okay, goth is usually music based and surrounded by that kind of a thing. But it kind of doesn't include kind of its own look, its own way of seeing and being seen and whatnot. I mean, okay, it might look at a bunch of outcasts and for a lot of people. I know when it comes to a lot of individuals, they like to paint a negative picture when it comes to goth people, which, if you ask me, it's highly unfair. But yes, a lot of people seem to believe that these kind of individuals are just a bunch of Satanists or whatever, which actually can use in the movie. Maybe these criminals, usually religious folks, could be the criminals. I'm trying to paint the picture like they're the bad guy, while pretending to be the good guy. When in reality, the Goth family, the Goth princess, could be the actual heroine of the story. See, it's what you call the submersion of expectation kind of thing going on here. So that can actually be played right if done correctly. And a moment ago, when it comes to how Goth people are viewed, to be blamed for this horrendous acts in real life, such violence, whatever. So you can actually take this as an opportunity to actually paint a more better light, in other words, okay, and whatnot. So of course, video games and music were blamed for this, like what happened with Marilyn Manson and Eminem, to who were actually blamed for this kind of a thing as well, which of course is really ridiculous when you think about it. But point being, you can actually use this as a way to, you know, shed some positive light on this kind of thing, and you can actually use some real life situations in the story. And you could make it dark and gloomy, but not for its own sake, but to provide the plot development in some sort of fashion, I guess you can say, and have the princess show that these kind of individuals are not as evil as they claim it to be, I guess. Yeah, there's plenty of ways in which you can actually do this, of course, and make a good story around it. It is possible. So I know a lot of people would probably want to dismiss this and view this as something harmful or whatever, which of course is ridiculous. But I'm just saying, I'm just gonna be tired of people just remaking everything. Of course, yes, it's to some extent, just like me complaining about remakes and remakes and stop remaking everything. I mean, really, why can't you just come up with some more original? Oh, that's right. That's too much of risk taking, if anything. If there's too much of risk, you might actually potentially lose money. Give me a break, really. Yeah, I'm just getting tired of just so many remakes. Stop rebooting everything. It's a business after all, so whatever. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching.